Back at again, another YouTube video. It's your boy Uriah G. I just had to scrap a video that I was gonna react to, but it's fine. We're gonna do the downward trajectory of WWE 2K. WWE 2K, the video game. So let's get right into the video. Let's see what they're talking about. WrestleMania.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Last time we talked about WWE 2K24, we were pretty shocked by the crazy price of the new final boss Rock My Faction character. Well, things have gone downhill even from there. We're talking about a broken online experience that's left fans frustrated and disappointed. The My Faction mode, which was already a sore spot last year, has somehow gotten even worse. On top of that, it feels like the developers have completely ignored the feedback from the WWE 2K community. This isn't about just small glitches, we're seeing major issues that should have been addressed. And if that wasn't bad enough, they managed to release what might be the worst DLC pack in the history of WWE games. Not just the 2K series, but all WWE games ever. How did we end up here? What decisions led to such a steep decline in quality? Well, we're going to dive deep into the downward spiral of 2K24, looking at the major.
The only thing I don't like about the game is the controls. I miss the old 2K games where the controls were easy and simple and you know how to play the game. That's it. I ain't talking play the game like Triple H, but yeah.
Missteps and poor choices that left fans feeling let down. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at the downward trajectory of WWE 2K24. A 2K24 was originally revealed to much excitement from fans of the series. With so many new additions and returning features from the past WWE games, it looked like this one was going to be one of the best WWE 2K releases to date. And fast forward to the release, and many people were initially happy with what they got. The review scores were just as solid as 2K23's, which had set a high standard. However, with WWE 2K24, the game started to feel stale much sooner than 2K22 and 2K23 did. The first DLC was a grueling 2-month wait, and by the time
$10 can.
I don't care about this, man. I don't have time. Bro, why does this ad keep popping up, bro? You know what? Excuse me, please.
Released, many players were already burnt out on the game that felt lacking in content. It became clear that 2K24 wasn't something players could enjoy consistently.
Did you just see that RKO by the referee? Was that Randy Orton?
ECW pack was still a much needed boost for the game, and the patches that followed added some great stuff, temporarily improving the experience. But after the ECW Punk pack, things started to unravel, revealing signs that 2K24 was moving in the wrong direction. Now, we've discussed this before in our previous video, but one of the major turning points, according to many in the community, was the introduction of the Persona cards for the Rock and Roman Reigns 24. These cards cost players up to $400 of real money to acquire, which sparked
$400 on to get some characters in a game? I don't know.
Outrage and disappointment amongst fans. 2K quickly made it clear that their main focus within 2K24 was on monetization efforts, particularly within the My Faction mode. This shift became noticeable as updates started to offer less and less value to the players. Now, take the recent update for example, which dropped yesterday. It added virtually nothing new to the game and seemed to serve only as a way to introduce more My Faction Persona cards. It's apparent that this is where 2K's
Looks like an action figure.
priorities lie, and it's likely to stay this way until it's time to start hyping up 2K25 in January. Now, imagine if these updates actually included meaningful content that would reignite players' interest. We're talking about adding updated music, new entrances, new trons.
I think the latest, I'm sorry for pausing the video too much, but WWE 2K19, I think that's the latest WWE game I have. I have not gotten, I mean, I played all the current ones, but I don't have, you know, the new 2K games.
Updated commentary, new arenas, and even updates to the characters themselves. WWE superstars are known for frequently changing their looks, so it makes perfect sense to use these updates to keep the game current. Look at UFC 5, which was released 5 months before 2K24. That game is still receiving likeness updates to keep it fresh, and it's been nearly a year since its release. In contrast, 2K24 hasn't even been out for half a year, yet it already feels like support has dwindled despite multiple DLC packs still on the horizon. And then there are the online modes, which have been nothing short of a
The kick-out system, I don't like that either. I just like the regular one, the one that usually was in the old games. I don't like the new pinning system.
Disaster in 2K24. Players have continuously reported that online matches hardly ever work, with frequent disconnections making the experience incredibly frustrating. Even when it seems like 2K is on the verge of fixing something like the online modes, a new patch often ends up breaking even more of the game, including offline modes. It's like taking one step forward and then 100 steps back with each update. Instead of improving the game, these patches often do more harm than good, leaving the community disheartened and questioning 2K's commitment to delivering a stable, enjoyable gaming experience. But let's look at the latest controversy surrounding 2K24 stemming from the new release DLC packs simply called the Pat McAfee pack, which features Pat and some of his hosts from his show. From the moment it was announced, this pack was met with widespread disdain, with players vocally expressing their disinterest and disappointment. However, the drama surrounding this pack didn't even stop there. At one point, there was even hope that the Pat McAfee pack might be a joke, and this would be revealed that the Wyatt 6 would actually...
I just buy the free online call characters, the ones that are custom and you can get for free if you have PlayStation Plus. I don't buy actual DLC packs and all that stuff.
be the DLC. The theory gained traction, especially with the lack of updates and the mysterious messages from the Wyatt 6 appearing on the Pat McAfee show, including one that stated, "You lied." Many fans speculated that this was a clever tie-in and that the Wyatt 6 would ultimately be announced as the real DLC instead of this odd pack featuring Pat McAfee and his mates. With the delay in information and 2K's social media accounts promising updates about the next DLC on July 23rd, many fans were left excited and speculating. Could there be some exciting additions to the...
Yes, Uncle Howdy will be in, what's the name, WWE 2K25.
pack? Could there be an entirely different DLC pack announced? Unfortunately, the reality was far more or less exciting. The big reveal was that the DLC had been delayed by a week, and the major announcement was that they added a football as a weapon to the game alongside the Pat McAfee pack. As you can imagine, this left the community completely outraged. After all that anticipation and teasing, this was the big news? When the patch finally went live yesterday, it confirmed that the pack was happening as planned and that all of Pat McAfee's hosts had been added to the game. Many players had hoped that if this controversial DLC pack was indeed gonna happen, then it would at least be packed with some cool and exciting new moves, turning it into a sort of DLC move pack. Although some new moves were added.
I'm only laughing because the way he was walking, bro. Like, there's the entrance. That's the only reason.
It was largely what you expect from a typical 2K DLC pack. Notable additions included Darby Allin's coffin drop and Will Ospreay's hidden blade. However, with only around 20 moves added, it hardly constituted a moves pack that would generate excitement. This lack of substantial new content only fueled more frustration within the community. Fans felt let down by the meager additions and the overall execution of the DLC, which did little to enhance the game experience. But what made this DLC particularly insulting to 2K players was the missed opportunity to include many NXT superstars who would have been much more exciting and anticipated additions to the game. With NXT gaining a lot of hype recently, especially with the TNA crossover, there was golden opportunity to update the game with fresh, relevant content. The community was buzzing with potential ideas for an NXT-themed DLC.
You're just saying a lot of stuff that I don't understand, but I mean, I understand a little bit. That's why I'm going along with the video and talking, so.
Which would have been far more appealing. There were even rumors that Pat McAfee pack caused a potential NXT pack to be cancelled. Although we can't confirm that rumor, some have found evidence suggesting that certain NXT superstars were planned to be included, but they were ultimately left out. It's unclear if this was directly due to the McAfee pack, but the speculation only added fuel to the fire. But frustrations with 2K escalated further when Pat McAfee on his show criticized fans who were unhappy with the DLC pack and the game in general. To make matters worse, the official WWE 2K account responded to the video with laughing emojis, seemingly mocking the community's concerns. In the video, one of McAfee's hosts went as far as saying "F them" in response to the backlash. This interaction left many feeling that the 2K team was way more interested in mocking their own players than in listening to their feedback and addressing the concerns. The post was later deleted due to the overwhelming backlash it received. When it's all said and done, this DLC pack is undoubtedly going to be going down as the worst.
Why do I react to this page? I react to this page because it's WrestleMania. He's like my favorite wrestling news insider. I get all my information from this, and I like to watch the videos that he makes. It's nice, it's cool. I don't really, yeah, pretty much, yeah, okay.
DLC pack ever released for a WWE game, and that's saying something considering there have been some real stinkers in the past. Remember the 2K20 originals? Those are starting to look good in comparison to this DLC. All the controversies surrounding 2K and 2K24 are starting to add up, and it feels like the 2K bubble might burst again if 2K doesn't take notice that they are losing the fans' trust and interest once again. They were let off the hook after the disastrous 2K20 due to the much better release of 2K22, but the honeymoon phase is over. Fans are rightfully expecting more from the series and want to be listened to more when it comes to fixes and improvements. However, as we mentioned earlier, it feels like the only priority right now is the monetization practices, particularly through My Faction cards, along with doing DLC to make WWE and Pat McAfee happy instead of the actual fans who are paying for the DLC and paying for the games. And fans are definitely starting to feel a disconnect with 2K, and as 2K25 season approaches, many of these issues should be remembered when 2K starts pushing for pre-orders of the new game.
What's your favorite WrestleMania theme, banner, stage design? What's your guys' favorite WrestleMania in general? Like, I don't really know mine. I mean, I had WrestleMania 6 on the VCR. I have other WrestleMania DVDs, but I can watch it all. So, yeah. But I don't really have a favorite one. What's your favorite stage design for WrestleMania?
It's becoming clear that 2K25 will need significant improvements and changes to win back the community's trust. Otherwise, 2K risks getting closer to the mishandling seen with AEW Fight Forever, which serves as a prime example of how not to handle a wrestling game. AEW Fight Forever is nearly dead a year after its release, largely due to its constant ignoring of the fans' requests
They don't look good anyway.
to make the game better. Now, we gotta be fair, 2K is nowhere near as bad as AEW Fight Forever, but the way the community is being treated is starting to become shockingly similar. Fans
I
would
just don't like the fact that all these WWE superstars leave to go to AEW. Like, no. But that was the downward trajectory of WWE 2K. You guys tell me what you guys want to see next in the comments down below. I got more videos coming. You guys stay tuned to that. Subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, Uriah out.